as we're ready to
Let's go.
We will go. So it's quite funny because when I come into work every morning, I have this guy called Adrian. Who I get on really well with. And I walk in and I go to him, what kind of music you like? This was like a couple weeks back because I remember we were driving back home from work and Adrian was walking on the sidewalk, headphones on, sort of thing. Oh god, it sounds so American.
The pavement,
wow. On the pavement.
Yeah.
And I see Adrian with his headphones on. Now, me and my dad kept kind of debating and discussing what kind of music he listens to. Because he's a proper southwestern woodworker, builder kind of type of guy. Next day, I talk to him and I go, oh yeah, what kind of music do you like? And he goes, oh, you know, I love me a bit of Queen. I was like, all right,
nice,
yeah, dope.
Fair enough.
What would you listen to for your headphones? He goes, he usually listens to radio. What's the Yeovil radio called?
Nine Springs.
Yeah, Nine Springs. That's it.
Nice.
That's the one he listens to. And it says one of his favourite bands who he's seen live because he got pissed on cider was the Wurzels.
Hey, nice.
So it was pretty obvious. That was quite an obvious answer.
He's a Somerset boy.
In the end.
In the words of Chris Miles.
Yeah, of course. So we are here. Finally got my first guest on. Second ever episode of the podcast. I'm here with my good friend Josh Perkins.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it's cool. How are you doing?
Cool. Yeah, good. I've just come off the back of a show.
Yeah.
So I'm very tired.
I can say a lot more talking to go.
Oh, that's be fun.
That's right.
No, I'm warmed up. How are you?
Yeah, I'm actually very good.
Good.
Not fast, not a slow week. Gone quite
alright. It's alright.
I think it's not gone.
Friday
not
tomorrow.
Too badly. Friday tomorrow.
Good stuff.
Can't complain
I've got
about
a day
that.
off work.
I got Monday off work.
Nice. Because WrestleMania.
WrestleMania this Sunday.
Oh, Friday Night Takeover as well.
And I'm going to wait till Sunday to watch it.
Really?
Because
I'm going to watch it.
Because I'm in Hull this weekend.
Oh, of course.
I'm going to have to wait till
I'm
Sunday.
going to watch it on Friday night and then go to work Saturday. So that might not go very well. Anyway.
Well, you could watch it Saturday morning.
Could watch Saturday morning.
Get up really early.
Yeah, that's true. I could do that.
You could do that. So what I'll be doing is Sunday night, get home from Hull.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend and dad will watch Takeover and make the kickoff show for Mania.
Oh, nice! And just go straight into it. Shit,
it's gonna be it's gonna be literally almost 12 hours of wrestling.
Nice.
I don't even think I've ever watched more than 5 hours in a row. Actually,
no, like 7 hours.
Actually, yeah, maybe with the kickoffs. Yeah. God, yeah, last year was a long show.
That was a long show.
But this year it's gonna be even longer.
It's gonna be like I agree with the sentiments of Cultaholic. It will become a 2-day Mania. And I hate that.
I don't like the idea of that. I get why New Japan can do it, but I don't know how I feel about WrestleMania.
I think do it as like an NXT show and just have 4 or 5 hours of solid wrestling. There's no.
Yeah. But it's funny because so many people, if you look on social media, so many people are complaining about this Mania because of the build. It has been a crap build.
Yeah.
But when you look at the 15 matches on there, you think, whew, there's some good matches.
That's going to be a long haul. AJ Randy will be great.
Yeah.
Miz and Shane will be...
that would be my... No, it won't. My piss break match would be Angle, Corbin.
Oh, no. That's sad.
I don't get why apparently Angle's meant to be going over.
What?
I don't get that. Yeah. So for any of you who don't know what over means, it means basically when someone goes over the other person, it means that they beat the other person, basically.
And Kurt Angle is retiring, so...
I don't get it either. Don't get it. But yeah, welcome.
More on wrestling later.
Welcome to the podcast. So, obviously last week I said I was going to bring guests onto the show. Yeah. I have got some other guests lined up.
I listened to your first episode. Really good. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. So. It's quite hard to talk on your own for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I do it on my podcast. Well, I used to. And it was just... Yeah, I spent, 45 minutes doing it for the first time? Like, Christ.
It's like you get... Cause it's easy when you go off on tangents, but sometimes you just don't know what to say.
You need someone to bounce off of, almost.
Which is why this time I've got a script with me.
Good.
Hey, lots of podcast notes. This took me a few days to actually do.
Was it your 4th draft?
4th draft, yeah.
Nice.
I actually typed it up today.
I'm surprised he bought notes, to be fair. I thought he was going to go off the cuff.
Well, when we used to do our old podcast, it was off the cuff. Yeah. Practically everything we did. Yeah. But, it makes it a bit more organised.
There's a structure.
Yeah, which is quite nice. So, and obviously what I wanted is for every guest to be quite educational for you guys, or just knowledgeable, really.
Don't bring me on.
Well, yeah, I don't know why I brought Josh on.
Oh.
But, no, because the whole point of this podcast is, well, I'm going to call this episode, being in the radio industry.
Cool.
That's what it's going to be called. It's going to be called something like that.
It's weird. I normally do the interviews, and this is the first time I've ever been interviewed about my radio career. So
it's quite exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Well. Yeah. Obviously, it's not like a big time thing, but it's a good bit of practice.
It could be, you know.
I mean, yeah. If somehow this podcast went up into the stratosphere,
well, there's no reason why it can't. It's a good podcast, so
I know. Because I'm trying to get it out on everything as well. If you guys do want to listen, of course, you can find the links in the description below if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on SoundCloud, please go over to YouTube and check out the Sit Down with Alex Lane-Kieltyka podcast and subscribe to the channel whenever new episodes come out. I may also start putting some other videos onto the channel as well. Maybe just like, if, for example, a wrestling video or a football video I may bring out individually, but I'm not really too keen on doing that. I like just doing the podcast. And that's just a lot
easier
of fun.
Just keep it just one.
So
one show.
Let's talk about a few things then, Josh.
Okay.
Let's talk about. So we go back.
We do.
We go back.
How long? Year 7.
Year 7.
This
wow.
is in English school time. So if you're an American, you're like grade 6th grade.
Is it 7th grade? Is it the same?
Yeah, I think so. 6th or 7th grade.
I can never say that word. Yeah, I can never say that word. Is our reception.
Right.
But I do know in this country they don't have reception. They call it kindergarten. I can't say that.
Scotland are different as well, but no, this is UK school education. Year 7, so we would have been what, 11?
Well, yeah, 11 turning 12.
Yeah. So Jesus, 8 years.
Wow.
Mental.
That is mental.
Crazy.
That is absolutely.
I remember meeting you as well. I was right by the MFL block, and Jake came over and was like, "These are my friends," and I was like, "Alex."
I thought it was in music.
Oh no, because I was all on my own.
Yeah,
it was all.
So the story behind me and Josh meeting was we're in music. This was like our 3rd ever lesson, ever or something. And walk in, and our teacher, Miss Holland.
Yes.
She goes to us, right, gonna do group project, get into groups. I had 2 friends in that class who I knew from primary school, George and Jake.
Yeah.
And Josh, you didn't know anyone.
I didn't know anyone. Class. I was the only one from my school that was in that class that we were in.
That's mental.
It's weird that I was like, there's no one here that I know. So.
I'd hate that.
Yeah, it was weird.
But luckily, by doing my group project, it brought you in quite quickly. Yeah. So we brought you in, and then it kind of shot off from there, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, you and Jake used to be really good friends.
Me and Jake, us and George are still really good friends. So, yeah,
of course, yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's funny what Miss Holland's doing now.
Probably still there.
Probably still there.
It's funny what time can do, eh?
I know.
Funny. We do, but yeah, we do go back. I think it's quite funny because when looking at the first 3 years of our friendship, it was basically just insulting each other left, right, and centre, like all up until year 10.
Yeah.
And then year 10, you started talking to me about wrestling.
Yeah, because I got back into it. I was like,
I hadn't been into it for about 2 years at this point. Like, I used to be a mental fan from 2007 to 2013.
That was when I left.
Yeah, well,
it was 2007, like the bragging rights of like 2008. I remember just, this isn't for me.
And then I got back into it because you kept going on about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch like What Culture and people like that, really.
Yeah. There you go.
But, yeah. So that we do go back quite far, and obviously we have the MMA. You're more into MMA than I am.
I am.
Like, way more into MMA than I am. But wrestling, we've always both enjoyed. I think I'm more into football than you are.
I think so, because you're able to go to a lot more of the games.
I think, I've noticed for the last year or so, your football passion's certainly not as high as it used to be.
It's not, and that's through no fault of anyone's. It's just the fact that obviously I keep up to date with all the Chelsea scores, but being in Chelsea, I'm unable to go to the games a lot of the time, which is why I have not resorted to, but found an interest in local football, i.e. Taunton Town, and I've been managing to get interviews with them, and so
we're going to go into that later.
Okay, I'll leave it for that, but yeah, I don't know, I do still support Chelsea. Obviously I've supported them since I was like 4 years old.
Nothing beats local football though.
No, exactly. Football. So it's just it's easier to attain, and I'd much rather at this point go and see a Taunton game than I would a Chelsea game. That's not a knock on the Chelsea team.
No, of course, and it's like down here, if you like football, you either like a Premier League team or you support Yeovil.
Yes, your local club, or
I mean, like for you, Taunton might be more your local.
Yes,
but actually for me, Yeovil or Taunton, it'd be Street for me.
Really,
Street would be my local team because they're the closest to me.
Unfortunately,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, sorry, Richard, if you're listening. I sent the manager a text. I was just like, look, sorry to hear, voluntary relegation.
Strange, isn't it?
It is.
It's a strange reason to pull out of a league, but if it had to happen, it had to happen.
Yeah, exactly. If there's nothing else you can do, then
it's sad. There's a lot of that going around. Like we have the Bolton situation.
Yeah, what happened there?
They've just been a mess for about 2-3 years, probably more than that, really. With Ken Anderson being the owner, right? And not paying his staff on time.
Because I've only heard the story about last couple of months.
Yeah, so. Basically Bolton are going through a situation where they're just trying to save their club as a whole. Obviously, if they ever did have to fold, they'd just become an AFC Bolton back in the low leagues again. Yeah. Which is fine, but it's not fine at the same time.
It's almost, it's not really, but it's almost like Rangers going into administration and them going up from...
Well, I think Bolton will be fine, but I think next season they'll go into administration. I think they'll have to get points going into League One.
Unfortunately, because obviously
it's sad for any team to have to go through that. Even a team you despise, like Oxford, who are one of Reading's rivals, they're going into a similar sort of situation.
And it's never nice to see that because it's a football team.
No, and it's like as a Reading fan, we don't our biggest rivalries in our league, QPR and Brentford. They're not our main real derbies. Our main real derbies are in the lower league, so we actually want them to come up so we can have a bit more
so it can be sort of more competitive. But there you go.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of MMA,
yes,
as I brought that up a second ago, we both have a bit of a background in it a little bit. You a bit more so because you got a bit further, but we both did taekwondo.
We did.
I did it from 2007 to 2013.
And I did it from...
You must have done from early 2012, late 2012.
Yeah, 2012 to 2018.
2018.
Yeah, so got my first down black belt, which was... I cannot even describe to you how good that was. Like working 6 years to try and get something it's always been one of my life goals to get a black belt in some sort of martial art, and I felt so much like pride when I got given my black belt, and I had the full dobok. And funnily enough, actually, I went out with you at the weekend, saw the black belt that initially trained me. Because obviously he was working at the club, and it was just like you feel this force field, like because he was always on about he was a black belt ever since when I first joined. He was like, when you're a black belt, you get a force field around you. I'm like, yeah. But like genuinely, you feel it. You feel empowered when you put the dobok on. It's amazing. I can imagine
like first time you get told about it, like,
yeah,
cool, mate. Cool.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna keep away from you, mate. Yeah.
No, shout out Kimon because he helped me so much in the journey. It's really good.
And now you're currently doing jiu-jitsu. Are you actually doing it?
I've taken a sort of sabbatical from it because basically I've with work, with radio and all that, I've not found the time. No. So I've just said, look, I'm gonna with money and all this stuff, I'm gonna take a break and I'll come back to it.
It was quite expensive.
It was.
I remember because I did one lesson of it.
Yeah.
And I would have gone again, but I was just because I was getting used to full-time work and I was just getting
tied down.
Tired.
Exactly. You can't. If you're doing a 9 to 5.
It's not a good mindset, obviously.
No.
To be like, oh no, I'm too tired. I'm to do it. I get that.
Yeah, but
getting used to full-time work.
Exactly. If you're going from one thing to another, it's like. Yeah. But no, I really enjoy jiu-jitsu. It's the money thing is obviously something that I will combat with working more hours. This radio thing obviously ties in with that, so I just find no time to do it, unfortunately. No, I will go back to it because I love just the aspect and the sport of jiu-jitsu. I love combat jiu-jitsu. I love, obviously, like you find it in UFC and MMA when people are like, oh, they go to the ground, want to just stand and bang. Like the whole point of mixed martial arts is exactly that. You have mixed martial arts. If it goes to the ground, give Diego Sanchez, in guard position. He's got a black belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, so he's gonna, screw you up, as it were. So there you go.
See, this isn't just about radio. You can learn all kinds of things.
I like it because there are so many ways and so many different positions, and actually getting my first tap in a not a competition, but it was a competition-like scene at the gym. I was against another. They were white belt, like black stripe, which is like the first sort of. I was a white belt, and they were a stripe above me. And I locked him in an armbar, and I was like, "Shit, I've got this!" And they tapped, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It was so cool. But I will go back to jiu-jitsu. It's really fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be easier from next year as well.
Yes, definitely.
Getting back into this. In the summer, probably is going to be the best time.
For sure.
Get back into it. So let's move into the main segment, I suppose, of the show. We're going to talk a little bit about radio.
Yeah.
Which is your favourite thing to talk
about.
It
is.
But going into that...
My girlfriend gets so annoyed.
I'm going to ask you, first of all, what is your favourite song?
My favourite song? Oh, it's easy.
Yeah?
Goodbye, Mr. A by the Hoosiers.
So if that's your favourite song, what's your favourite song
of all
time?
That's a tune!
Right? I had this conversation the other day with a co-worker.
Okay.
Talking about, cause again, he listens to the radio quite often.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how like he has his like all-time favourite song, but he has a song he always listens to the radio for. Right. So like he has his current favourite song as well.
Yeah.
So what would be your current favourite
song? Favourite? I was going to say that, more pop-centred. Don't Feel Like Crying by Sigrid.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that one?
Yeah. I've really heard it a few times.
Because I just hear it all the time on the radio. And I love it. It's really good. Sigrid is amazing. She's 22. She's Swedish. She's going to go really far. In the same way that in the hip hop eyes, Billie Eilish. She's 17. I am
loving Billie Eilish at the moment.
She's released her first album. She was actually my featured artist of the week tonight.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I played Bad Guy, a Copycat, and When the Party's Over, which. It will never fail to like make me choke up. That song is so powerful.
Well, I mean, I love the fact that NXT Takeover this weekend is using.
When You See Me in a Crown.
Yeah, See Me in a Crown. I absolutely adore that song.
She's great, and she's only 17. Obviously, it helps that her brother is her music producer.
Yeah, and he's a bit older, isn't he?
He is. He's what, 23?
He does the music.
He does. He composes. He songwrites with Billy. Yeah. So it's just Phineas O'Connell. Shout out.
Is that his name? Is it?
Yeah, because her real name is Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish, David Bear O'Connell.
So are they Irish American?
I think so, because she was born in LA. So I should assume that she has Irish heritage.
She has got that kind of chilled, laid back attitude. Yeah. If you watch her interviews.
Oh, for sure. Her interviews with who was it? Was it W Magazine? It might have been W. She's also done one with Capital as well. It's really funny.
Yeah.
She just seems really like nice. She seems a nice person. Yeah.
Pretty, she seems nice.
Yeah.
It's not like she's a bitch.
No, exactly.
She's pretty chill about it also.
Yeah, Don't Feel Like Crying by Sigrid is my favourite song at the moment.
Okay, that's fair.
Favourite hip hop song, I know there's a bit of a tangent, Kevin Abstract, American Boyfriend. If you haven't listened to it,
it makes sense for you to have a hip hop favourite song right now, considering your main show that from the start has been non-stop hip hop.
Yes, it has. Yeah, that was my first ever show.
So what are you currently doing in radio right now? That's obviously we just talked about it a little bit then, but let's go into full detail. What are you currently doing right now?
So I obviously presenting shows on local radio, community radio, Sedgemoor FM. I do a sports show on a Monday evening, and I do a breakfast show on Apple FM, as well as a sports show on Apple FM, which is really fun, and obviously the hip hop show. Excuse me. So. Yeah, they run. That takes up. Let's see, 11 hours of the week, which isn't too bad. But obviously, you've got to prep the shows before.
Yeah.
I am doing interviews with a lot of different sports people. I've done an interview with. I am sorry, I've forgotten his name. From Wemden Cricket Club, Dan Bingham. He is the honorary secretary of Wemden Cricket Club, so I can go from cricket. I'm trying to get an interview with a rugby player from Taunton Titans, and I also obviously do Taunton Town.
Yeah, it is interesting because
football.
Even though cricket, I knew you always quite enjoyed, but I know rugby. You and I never really got on with. But the cool thing about you doing cricket and Taunton cricket and rugby interviews is that you may not necessarily know all about the sport, but you learn from doing interviews, and you learn from doing research on who you're interviewing.
Exactly.
You learn more about the actual
I do so much research, on the people I'm going to interview, because I don't want to look like a tit. It's so scary, because I'm like, you're this and you have all this, and they go, oh wow, you've really done your research, because I don't want to go, I have no idea who you are, talk, like it's not going to happen. Yeah. I've done interviews with the water polo team.
Have you done bowls?
Bowls as well. I'm about to do, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah. So that's my next alternative sports feature for any of you who listen to my show.
What was the water polo one like?
That was fun. It was the first time I've interviewed someone half naked. It was
Yeah, I can imagine.
They were training, and he'd come out obviously the water in his speedos, and I was like, nice. His name was Simon, lovely guy, really nice. So if you're around the Somerset area, water polo, Taunton Dean, is the place to go, because they were really nice. Got a picture with them. Was scared they were going to pull me into the pool because I had my electronic equipment. I had my phone in my pocket. I was like, don't do it.
Wow.
So no, but it was nice. They're all really nice people. Water polo is incredibly hard.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously we did a little bit of playing around.
Yeah, with like PE and stuff.
Yeah, and that was quite fun.
It was
hard work. Though,
for sure.
Because swimming is one of the more what I consider extreme. What's the word? Endurance sports.
Yeah, like high intensity almost. Yeah. I've done a polo interview as well. Like you get on a horse and
what was that one like?
That was
the reason why I asked
weird.
That is because in the last episode I talked about how I've got a current girlfriend, I've got an ex-girlfriend. Yeah. My ex-girlfriend is a horse rider.
Yeah.
I still talk to her now and again. We still get on, obviously, but she's very much full on horses, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Got her own horses.
Well, that's her job, isn't it?
You know, it is her job. And I remember you coming back from interviewing the polo lot, and you go, that reminded me just of her.
Yeah, because I went up high into the sort of, not Quantox almost, but it sort of was. It was sort of high in the Quantox, away from civilization, which, is not a bad thing, obviously, but it was just to a place I've never really been before.
It does feel like a different world.
It does.
It does.
Because there was no, like...
And I know from basically working on a farm for, like, half a year.
Yeah, like with her and stuff. So it was... But no, it was nice. Nick Harrison Sleep was the guy I interviewed. He makes an amazing cup of tea, I must say. Me and my tea. I mean, he's... Yeah. A really nice guy.
So what's your perfect cup of tea?
Perfect cup of tea?
Yeah.
All right.
What would be your perfect
and
cup
this
of tea?
has to be perfect for everyone. Don't ever put the milk in first. Don't.
Does anyone ever put milk in first?
I hope not. I'd kill them. You put tea bag, right?
Well,
sugar.
This is going to have to be a censored episode.
Yeah, so tea bag goes in. Sugar, if needed, obviously, if applicable.
How much sugar do you have?
I have a sweetener.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hipster.
I know. Because I used to have a sugar, and I was like, probably shouldn't now, because, and then I have, so I have a sweetener. And it doesn't know, it just accumulated almost to the taste. Hot water, and obviously, like, people, when they say, oh, but if you don't put the milk in first, how are you going to know how much water? Don't put in more water.
Those times, like when I make a coffee at work, I know how much milk I'm going to put in at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And usually you have to be careful, because at work, people steal your milk,
especially
in an office. You don't know.
Oh.
People will go in the fridge, and if they see that you got a bit of milk, they'll be like,
I'll use it.
And no one ever find out, because you don't just put a camera in the little kitchen.
No.
You don't do stuff like that.
Thieves.
But you get used to having, when you got to buy a little like bottle of milk each week, which me and my dad have to do. Fair enough, it's only 65p, but that's not the point. It's not the point at all.
Stealing your milk.
Yeah, and you go there, and it's more about saving as much as you can, so you can have a whole week's worth of it. So usually by the end of a week of getting used to how much milk you need to put in, from now on, you know exactly how much you got to put in.
Yeah, because if you've got an office full of people, you don't want to use that much milk. You don't want to be that guy.
No, luckily, like, we buy our own milk,
right?
Because it's a small bottle. We basically ration the milk.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
We put the coffee in, put the sugar in.
Yeah,
I always put the sugar and coffee in together first before I put the water in. Get the water, boil it nice and boiling hot.
Yes, very nice.
I don't like cold coffee.
No,
I don't like iced coffee or iced tea or anything like that.
The thing is that I don't like cold coffee. I like, obviously, hot coffee.
A lot of people like cold tea.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
My girlfriend likes cold tea.
No, break up with her. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hannah, you're done.
I know. Hannah, you're done.
Sorry,
love.
Cold tea. Like, I like iced coffee, but not cold coffee.
No,
like, it has to be McCafe.
I don't like frappes or anything either.
No, I like frappes.
Actually, no, I like caramel frappes. I don't like mocha frappes. I like caramel frappes.
Caramel frappe sounds really good right now.
Mackies!
Yeah, so obviously there are other retailers out there.
Speaking of Mackies, me and my girlfriend, we are going mental on the Monopoly stuff.
Yeah, like...
And where do you think we're going tomorrow night for dinner?
Oh
where? Yeah. McDonald's.
I've actually got one right here. I won 6 chicken nuggets or a chicken sandwich.
Have you got Mayfair? We need Mayfair for the, what was it, 100 grand prize or something?
No, I don't.
Nah, there's only like 4 in existence.
I've got porridge or a hash brown, though.
Oh, really?
I never go to McDonald's breakfast, so I'm never going to use it. So.
Oh, I love a McDonald's breakfast.
You can have it, because
like,
I won't...
bacon roll I'll have with a hash brown and orange juice.
Yes! Oh, that's the best, isn't it? Like, that is the breakfast.
We've grown up too quickly. The fact that excites us.
It's so good,
But it's like, what we do, me and my dad, when we're driving home from work, we do this. We at the end of the week, we'll have a total score of who can guess what dinner it is each night.
Nice. No, because Ollie and I used to do that when we come in from college.
Like, oh, really?
What's for dinner tonight? Obviously Tuesday's always pizza. So.
Oh, really?
You know.
Well, yeah, we've kind of gathered that. We kind of have, like, Monday would always be mac and cheese.
Nice.
It hasn't been for a little while, but yeah, usually
love a good mac and cheese. I love a good mac and cheese.
Love a mac and cheese.
Funnily enough, I had spike bowl tonight. It was very nice.
But you had pasta shells.
I did.
Not actual spaghetti.
Conchigli, as they say in the old Italia. That's the one. Is that the one?
Conchigli. I don't know.
Because you have Italian
heritage.
Yeah. Italian people.
I have Italian people
locked up in the basement
in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. We do need to censor
research.
But okay. Let's once again wind back the clock a little bit.
Yes, sorry, back in the room.
Probably a few years ago. Used to YouTube.
Oh God, can we not talk about this?
Well, no, the reason why I want to talk about this is because this was the stepping stone.
It kind of was, yeah.
And it's not as if you did badly. You actually quite successful in a way, from a minimal point.
Yeah, from a small YouTuber's point, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you got up to like over 300 subs.
Yeah. I was a FIFA YouTuber when FIFA was around to be done, you know, with YouTube. Because now it's just dead. But yeah, I mean, I like playing FIFA. I like talking. Why not video it? That was my whole idea behind it. And once I start actually, you know, gaining traction behind it, and people at school managed to find out, you know, my YouTube, and obviously people are gonna make fun, but who cares? Yeah. Like you, if you enjoy it, then do it. Like
I think, and
there's no point in worrying what other people think.
I remember growing up and people would say that, like, don't care what people think. I think we're at that age now where people don't actually insult you for doing shit anymore.
No, because
when you are in that secondary phase, and it's not as if they mean it.
No,
they don't mean it. They're just trying to get a reaction.
Exactly,
from people.
That's all it is. I will say, obviously, to any secondary school kids listening, I was exactly like you in the way that I used to care everything about, like, about what people thought, and like, you know, I shouldn't say this or I shouldn't do this because then people will think I'm an idiot or whatever. But it's now to the point where I've sort of mended fences with the people that didn't like me in the first place because I did this YouTube stuff and I thought I was better than I was. And yeah, it's just like no one cares. No one even cares.
Wow.
What at the end of the day, you know, people
do what you enjoy.
People, do what you enjoy. People will be selfish, and no one's going to care about what you do because they're they're too focused on what they're doing.
I mean, this is a perfect example. I'm doing this podcast because I don't care. I want to have fun with it.
Exactly.
It's a bit of banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's why I do my radio shows, because I enjoy doing it, and I really don't care if people go, "Oh, you're on the radio. Are you gonna be like Chris Moyles?" Like, yeah, hopefully one day. Yeah. That'd be great.
Happily.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just do what you love and don't really care about what other people think.
Yeah, but you get a lot of you've had a bit of recognition at times, haven't you?
Yeah, I suppose.
Isn't there like an elderly woman who like always listens?
Yes. Yeah, she like, along with my nan, obviously, she loves listening. That's not the elderly woman we're on about. With no, because I work at a supermarket that obviously will remain unnamed for purposes unknown to man.
I only laugh at that because there is so much stigma with it.
What do you mean?
With where you work.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Apparently there is quite a bit of stigma.
Like, what about though?
In the sense of, it seems as quite a scabby place to work.
Interestingly enough. I wouldn't say that.
Not the location, the actual supermarket.
Oh, okay. What, just like the in general?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think that, and you know, obviously you talk to customers, and I've managed to plug my radio shows a couple of times.
Yeah, I can
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And someone came to me and just said, "Oh, Apple FM, the one in the hospital." I go, "Yeah," and then she was like, I listen to that one. I go, "Do you listen to what, like Monday mornings?" She goes, yeah, the breakfast guy that's on. I go, "That's me." She goes, "What?" And yeah, so it was quite nice to be like, "Yeah, that was me."
That's pretty cool, actually.
So
yeah, because I guess that's the thing with radio. Like, I couldn't see a radio presenter and know who it is.
No.
I can recognise by their voice.
Yeah.
But I've never gone out my way to see what a presenter looks like.
No, exactly. So this is the thing, is I'm not doing it looking for recognition. Like, you shouldn't do anything looking for recognition, but
no.
You know, it is a lot harder to get recognised, I suppose, because people only hear my voice. Like, if I start talking, people are like, "Oh my god, it's that idiot!" Like, and then but yeah, if they see my face, then they don't really attach the voice to the face, as it were.
No, exactly. It's like the same at work. When you're talking to a customer, they don't.
Yeah, you're over the phone. Exactly.
They don't know what
so there you go.
YouTube helped you though.
It did.
Helped you grow confidence.
It did. I did YouTube. I started when I was 14, almost when it sort of started gaining traction. Anyway, and yeah, it really did. Like, obviously, talking to a camera helped with communication. Editing even helped with, like, the video editing, transfer to audio editing.
Yeah, because you have to do some pre-recorded.
Exactly.
Radio shows,
yeah. So pre-records. It still baffles my mind that I'm able to record a show on Friday that goes out on Monday, and I have to act as if I'm doing it on a Monday. It's really throws me off.
Oh gosh, yeah. Because it's
like,
Monday fever when it's a Friday.
Yeah.
It's
weird. But
it's just not a bad thing. So at least you sound a bit more hype for the people who are listening on a Monday.
I suppose. Yeah. You really need to get in the sort of frame of mind when you're doing a pre-recorded show.
What it'd be like on a Monday.
Yeah, and
especially at that time in the morning as well.
Yeah. And it's just things like you know, all this other stuff with editing and being comfortable with your own voice in front of a camera or in front of a microphone. It did really help, and obviously I really enjoyed doing it. So yeah, YouTube did help.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, YouTube started when you were 14?
Yeah.
But when did the passion or the drive, I guess, for presenting, where did the whole radio idea
I've no idea, really. It's quite a funny story, because I've always liked to entertain people, whether it's, you know, home videos and you see me...
Whether it's purposely or not.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it's for my own amusement or other people's. No, but like home videos, I always used to like, not put on shows that were, but when you're a kid, obviously, and you're a toddler, you're like, "Oh, mum, watch this," and all this stuff. So there was that aspect, and there was doing, you know, stuff like YouTube.
Okay. Here's the question, man. Why radio over YouTube?
I don't know. I can't tell you why audio over video. Obviously, if a TV deal came up, I'd be like, yeah, straight on that, because I don't have a problem with talking in front of a camera. I just prefer the medium of radio. It's the most personal form of media.
So what made you decide you wanted to go into volunteering radio?
Purely because I like, obviously I listened to the radio a lot when I wasn't, you know, when I hadn't become a presenter, and I was just like, I want to be that person. Like, something just happened. I was like, I want to be that person that seems cool to be in a studio, talk to these people when they're in the car, at work, you know, going to bed, waking up in the morning, anything like that. I just wanted to be that personality to help, you know, people, whether they're in hospital or they're at work or they're driving to work or whatever, and just try and make their day a little bit better. I don't know, something like that. But no, funny story is that I didn't realise until about 2 years ago that my dad was a radio presenter.
Yeah, and he's got his own show again.
He does. Yeah. So when he was 18, he was on a station called Radio Camelot, which is, funnily enough, Yeovil Hospital, formerly known as Radio Camelot, which was Yeovil Hospital Radio. And now, obviously, I'm doing Taunton Hospital Radio, so it's like, it's weird, and I didn't really notice at the time where I went into the industry of radio that
I'm surprised
my dad did
he never mentioned it to you.
No, and obviously until he did, when he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to," you know, because he like said it in passing, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, your label was the great Greg Perkins. You used to do a breakfast show on I think it was Saturday breakfast," and he was just he was what, 1980. Well, how old are we? 1917.
How old are we?
About 1987. Would have been.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, and it was really weird to find out. And obviously, I was like, "Dad, you need to do it again. Like, the fact that we're both doing this is cool." So it sort of relighted the fire. And yeah, now he's got his own radio show on Apple on a Saturday morning. So going back to how
it's quite nice to be both working for the same radio.
Yeah,
as well. It's
quite
nice.
He really enjoys it. Yeah. I really enjoy it. So
So, talking about the interviews.
Yeah.
So, we've gone over which interviews you've done. I know, and you've also done interviews with Taunton. You've spoken to the manager, the players, and everything.
Yeah.
You've spoken to Street. Didn't you speak to, was it the chairman of Taunton?
Chairman of Taunton.
Yeah.
Manager of Taunton, players from Taunton. Player from Street. I did the manager from Middlezoy. Yeah. So.
How difficult was it to get those interviews? Considering they're smaller teams, I wouldn't know if that would be difficult or not.
It would be difficult if you weren't part of an organisation. If you wanted to go off the cuff just for a podcast or just for one interview, I'm not part of anything, I just want to go. It would be hard because they don't know who you are. They, you know, whether you're a fan.
It's almost no proof of identity.
Exactly, and the fact that I could use Sedgemoor and Apple to say, look, I'm part of a radio station. I'm a sports presenter. You know, let me talk to you. Pretty much is. It obviously was a gigantic help. In a way.
What was your first interview?
It was. What was it? Are we talking like ever?
Since you started radio.
I remember it was at college actually.
Okay.
Which I inevitably used for my podcast and the college radio station. We've got a guy called Inja. He is a hip hop artist. Inja is importance never justifies anything. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And he came to the college as part of a sort of make music day thing. He was helping the music students out with the workshop. He's fairly well known now. He's on tour actually in, I want to say, Austria.
Oh, really?
Austria or Belgium. So yeah, he is fairly well known in the drum and bass hip hop scene. And it was really cool to just be able to talk to him. Like my tutor came to me the day before and went, we've got Inja coming in. He's a musician. Do you want to take up the interview? I was like, yeah, why not?
For sure.
Yeah, just jump at the opportunity.
Sometimes it is that though. Like if you're given an inch, you got to take a mile.
Exactly.
Like when it's something you may not be that passionate about, then yeah, you'll take the inch.
Yeah.
But if it's something you actually think, wait, this could actually get me somewhere, you take the mile.
Definitely. It was something I could think. I was thinking like I could do something with this. And I whipped up a couple of questions overnight and throughout that day, and I was really bloody nervous because it was my first ever one. This is a established musician.
What was he like?
He was great. He's so friendly.
Yeah, where's he from?
He's from Birmingham.
Oh yeah. He's a Midlands guy.
Yeah, Cambridge. So it was he was really nice. He could tell that I was nervous going into it, so he was just like, look, it's fine. If you mess up, this is pre-recorded. It's you can do it again.
Okay.
That's really nice. We went into a recording booth, and it was so weird. It was I had people staring. Obviously, his agent was with him. His recording label was with him. There were 5 people with Inja, and I'm just sat there like.
Did you get any feedback?
Do you guys want to move or like?
Did you get any feedback?
Oh yeah, like from the they said I did a really good job. Cool. My college tutor was beyond impressed. I was just talking about what made you start music. What I remember one of the questions was, is it more daunting recording to a larger scale audience or a smaller one? And he said, look, it's the smaller ones because there's more. It's more sort of.
Well, a comedian said that as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember which comedian said it. I think a few of them said it. They prefer doing it in front of a bigger as opposed to.
I suppose because you can see the amount of people that are there, and rather than the O2.
Plus, I guess if you got a bigger crowd, you're more likely gonna get a reaction.
Yes.
Because there's more variety.
Yeah, definitely. And if you bomb on a joke in a smaller audience, no one's gonna really do anything, I suppose.
So. I like how I keep saying so to go on to the next bit. But with interviews, okay, hypothetically now, Lisa, this is the realistic option.
Okay.
What would be the interview you'd want to do realistically?
Realistically?
If you could do one that is realistic within the next few months, what would
it be? Next few months, okay.
Or even the next year.
Okay, I would want to get an interview from the Yeovil Town manager team.
Yeah, considering there's a lot of stuff going on at Yeovil. Obviously, they got rid of Darren Way.
They did. Sheridan's now gone there. Accounts manager, who did a lot for them, obviously in the way of media. She's now gone, so I think anyone from Yeovil would be amazing.
Yeah,
I've tried to get interviews with Yeovil Town. ladies team, which is where Sheridan was part of, and obviously now she's left, so I need to sort of go back to square one. But anyone from Yeovil.
There'll be a lot of people probably jumping ship from Yeovil at the moment. A lot of issues going on down there. What would be your dream interview?
I talk about this so many times with my dad. Anyone from Chelsea.
Oh, really?
I'd love it.
A Chelsea footballer?
Yes, and Hazard preferably. Okay. I'd love to interview Hazard.
I wasn't expecting that.
Really?
Yeah. I actually think that's quite... Personally, I would think... I couldn't interview footballers. I think it'd be quite boring.
Really?
Yeah. I'd want to do like a wrestler or a musician... or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get that. Obviously, I'm not going to say,
I do know what you mean, though, because when I was interviewing the college lads as part of at the end of the cup game, because obviously Taunton put their lesser known guys in for a cup game, it was some of the college lads from Bridgewater and Taunton College. I had to strain answers out of them because obviously they've never been in front of a microphone before. They don't know what to say.
No, footballers aren't made to be in front of a camera.
No, exactly.
They're meant to play in front of a camera, but they're not made to be in front
Which
of
is
one.
Completely understandable. If you don't want to talk to the media, you've just played 90 minutes of a game, that's fine. So I understand what you mean with the fact that footballer could be quite boring. But a wrestler, I've interviewed Simon Miller.
Yeah. Is that your favourite interview?
That's my favourite interview. Yeah. It was so cool. He's such a nice guy.
For any of you who don't know who Simon Miller is, he's a wrestler in training.
He's a wrestler now.
He's a wrestler now. And he's quite big in the old YouTube scene.
Yeah, What Culture. He's probably What Culture's main presenter.
Yeah, now he is, yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool. He's a really nice guy. We talked for about 20 minutes.
He always seems like a very chilled down.
He is. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm putting on a persona where I'm chilled, I'm nice, I'm all this stuff. He's actually that in real life. So yeah, shout out Simon Miller.
I think my dream interview would I don't know. I think Ric Flair.
Really?
Would be my dream interview.
Oh my god!
I think just meeting.
I've got another one.
I think just meeting Ric Flair would be. So good.
I'd be beyond words.
Yeah,
like, you'd be speechless.
I think it'd be very like, all right, we're gonna do this interview. And he's like, whoa.
Right. It's like when Joe Weller interviews John Cena, and he's like, ever since I've seen you, and John Cena goes, I thought it's because you can't see me, and he goes, no, and it's just so funny.
And I think actually, if it was a person who's not around on the planet anymore,
right?
So a person from history, if I can interview any single person from history, tough one. That is a real tough one. If I can interview anyone from history, whew, that would be tough. I think if I went for a wrestler again.
Oh, I've got it.
Yeah,
Tupac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
makes sense actually. Yeah.
That'd be cool. He seems like just a nice guy, like chill,
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I've got another one for a musician. My favourite, my dream, Post Malone.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
Oh my god,
it'd be so fun.
That would be such a cool interview.
Interview with Posty.
Oh,
so fun.
I can't even imagine like how cool that would be to actually like talk to Post Malone.
Yeah, it'd be quite chill.
It would. 100%.
Going back to radio.
Yeah.
Rather than interviews. What in your opinion is the best part of the radio industry? If someone who wanted to maybe get into it, may ask you, what is the best part of the radio industry? Like, even if it's not for something that you've necessarily been involved in yet.
I think being able to have these opportunities, like, going outside the setting of a studio and going to talk to the people that make it happen, almost like the Taunton Town. I've done an interview, or I'm about to do an interview with a girl called Rebecca, who's part of Witheliscombe's Make Music Day. A lot of new musicians come together, and budding musicians all come together, and all these events that are happening, and being able to actually go into those events and talk to the people that make it happen is really cool. Yeah, just getting content for the program and being able to talk to the people who listen in. It's fun. I really enjoy it.
And then on the contrary, what's the worst part?
Prep.
Oh, okay.
Prep is the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. This is the first time I've ever done a script, and I can vouch for that one now.
When you're presenting the notes from your script, it's gonna be a great show. Like today's was. Today, yeah, it was. I thought it was a great show. I had a lot of feedback to say that it was a nice show. So, but no, just the couple of hours, couple of days, if you're prepping for certain days, it is just like, especially if you're doing it days in advance. So if it's a Monday and you're prepping for a Thursday show, it's like, right, 4th day.
It's finding the time as well.
Yeah, like who am I interviewing? Right, I need to contact those people to make sure the interview's still okay. Right, I need to call.
I bet the worst part is when they cancel. Like, obviously, it's not anyone's fault.
It makes my blood boil.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
especially if they. I can imagine it would be really frustrating to me if the only reason why I found out the interview couldn't go on is because I had to contact them.
Right.
If I'd want them to tell me
that
they couldn't do it. I don't want to have to go out my way to ask them.
Yeah.
Is today still going on? And they go, no.
No, exactly. That's exactly what happened to me when I was. I'm not going to name any names, but I was interviewing an MMA fighter. And I was about to interview an MMA fighter. It was about a week away, and I went, like, is the interview okay? Are you right to come into the studio? Awesome, cool. 6 days away, like nothing was said, obviously. So got to about 3 days away. I'm like, probably should check again. So I checked again. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. Gonna come to the studio. Gave him the address, all this stuff. Gets to the morning of the show, and obviously I assume everything's fine because he's not come to me and said anything. I go, is today all right? No.
What was the reason?
He didn't give me a reason, unfortunately. It was just I can't make it. Obviously, if there's something personal going on, then obviously I didn't know. But if there's something personal going on, then I totally understand it. But it was just annoying for the prep that I had. This huge gap now of where the interview was going to take place for about 20 minutes.
So I guess the lesson here, from a radio point of view, is patience.
Patience, 100%.
And timing.
Timing as well.
It's keeping to those.
Making sure that everyone is okay with the time slot that you're in, and when they can do it, and making sure.
I think it's also having a plan B.
Yeah. At that point, I didn't, which is
that's something you've learned.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the last question on this subject is, what would be the last? Try
it again.
Whoa, that was bad.
Should we do take 2?
Wait, we'll carry on.
Okay.
What would be the one thing you... It's live, isn't it?
It's live, pal.
I wish it was live. What would be the one thing you would change about the industry?
About the radio industry?
Radio industry,
Obviously, I don't have too much experience because I've only been in the industry 4 years.
Well, from what you've learned, from your knowledge...
what would I change? Oh, I know. Don't, and this is a controversial thing to say, don't have people get involved when they don't have a passion for what they're doing. For example, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to be on blow, as it were, for saying this, but commercial radio.
You could on this. You can say whatever.
Yeah. So commercial radio. This is my neck on the line, not yours.
So what's commercial?
Commercial radio is things like Heart, Kiss.
So music. Mainly.
Yeah, mainly music stations.
There's only a bit of talking.
Yeah. The presenters aren't really allowed, in my opinion, to become actual presenters and be a personality. Right. As it were, they're just sort of like, this is the next song, we've got a prize, this is it.
Do we know if those presenters do proper shows though elsewhere?
Yes, because 3 Kiss presenters recently moved to Radio 1 and are allowed, obviously because now they're on Radio 1, they're allowed to sort of become a personality.
So what's the thing you'd change then?
The thing I'd change is all the PR people and people behind the scenes who are doing it as a replacement for a 9-to-5. So they don't have a passion for radio. They just want to do income. If you don't love radio, that is going to transfer into the shows that you prep.
And the shows
the shows that you do, and therefore it's not going to be as an enjoyable show as you could.
Yeah, I get that. And I think it's not even just about having passion for radio; it's having passion for what it is you're doing. It's like I hear stories. This is another wrestling example. It's a shoot example.
Oh, okay.
Jim Cornette, very controversial figure in the wrestling industry. He does a lot of shoot interviews.
He does.
If you want to know what a shoot interview is, either look it up, because I probably won't give a very good definition of it. It's basically an interview that breaks reality with what's not with
obviously wrestling. Yeah, we're wrestling a scripted.
It's breaking kayfabe again. Look up kayfabe. I can't explain these things.
It's off the cuff, but, I know what you mean. It's sort of like obviously wrestling is predetermined and scripted.
Shu is having an opinion on something that is your true opinion.
Yeah, and isn't
not
in the script.
A scripted opinion. Jim Cornette, he makes a lot of these shoot comments and shoot interviews. And there's a guy in WWE called what's his name, the head presenter guy, as in he does all the presenting in the truck. What's his name?
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn, bloody hell. He shot on him because Kevin Dunn once said, "We're not making wrestling." When Cornette got annoyed about the way they were preparing the show.
Right.
Kevin Dunn said, "We're not making wrestling.
That we're making movies.
We're making entertainment," as WWE would say.
Right.
And Cornette hated the fact that Kevin Dunn didn't really care about wrestling.
I can totally understand that. If you don't have respect and passion for the business, what are you doing in the business?
Fair enough. He's in a role where it is more about production. It's like movies. You may not have a passion for the genre movie you're doing, but if you could. But again, I still don't agree with that necessarily.
Which is why there are things like third-party companies where you rent for them to produce your movie. They're not, they're just people in a role. They're not directly associated with the film that you're making.
Okay, so I can understand why you'd want to change.
Obviously, if it's not their fault and they've been shoved into this role, then I can totally understand it. But if you're going into the business having no love for it and just trying to get a buck, get out. That's what I think.
Yeah. And then another thing it would be, what would you change about yourself from a radio perspective? That's a very broad question.
No, I know what you mean though. I don't know. No, I know what you mean. It's not I need to stop umming and erring, because that comes with time.
I mean you'll hear that all the time.
Just my presenting style. Oh, I know. I need to slow down. I need to I wish I was a slower talker. I was able to actually process the words that I'm speaking rather than trying to get it out in an allotted time frame. Like if I'm doing a news story, I'll fumble over my words sometimes.
Don't rush.
Exactly.
You can't rush, because otherwise, if you rush, it's actually going to take longer.
Yeah,
that's the funny thing.
This is the thing, and I've made it so many problems where I have to go into let's take for example local weather at past, and I've gone right. Okay, I've got a minute and a half to do this story. Yeah. Trying to rumble through it, stumble over the words. It goes past past, and I've run over time purely because I haven't slowed down.
Yeah, sure.
So that's something I'd change about myself.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
I used to be like that because I used to do drama.
Yeah, I was gonna say
a lot of acting, a lot of off the script, even off the cuff stuff. And one of my biggest things that I worked on in the end was slow down when I speak.
For sure. It's a big thing in drama, TV, radio, media.
Anything to do with media.
Anything like spoken word as well.
Yeah, more spoken word than media. I guess it goes on about what I was saying last week about the power of words and everything. For sure, it's like, if you rush through something...
Ties into the first episode.
If you rush something... Circle of life.
Exactly.
If you rush something, people won't think you mean it.
True.
I think. Yeah. I believe that's true.
That's 100% true.
That's why a lot of, when you look at the best acting... if you look at... Oh, sorry. If you look at some of the...
Yeet my pen on the table.
I don't even know why I said sorry about that. Some of the best lines in movie history are quite short, but they make them longer and make them more dramatic.
Yeah, because they mean the words they're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
It's.
Or they make you believe that they do. That's the whole point of acting.
I'm trying to think of a movie. I mean this is voice acting, as it were. Obviously, audio.
Voice acting I would argue, is more impressive than normal acting. Because in normal acting, it's not always about your voice.
No,
it's your facial expressions.
Yeah, and voice acting is purely on the way that you portray the words that you're saying.
Because they can't see what you mean. They have to hear what you mean.
It was Thanos' pretty much ending line in Avengers: Infinity War. Should have aimed for the head. And saying it like I just said it then, there's no meaning behind that. But it was the whole should have done,
Yeah, because the way you said it would make it seem kind of funny, like, oh, yeah, blah, blah. Whereas that time, we're like, oh.
Yeah.
In the way he actually said
because it was such a serious moment in the film, so,
Exactly. What a movie. I'm so excited for Endgame. Very excited for Endgame.
It's going to be good. Someone's going to die.
They're all going
to die.
Most of them are going to die.
That's what they think about Toy Story 4 as well.
Yeah.
I will cry. I will cry.
That's gonna be,
they're all going to die.
That's going to be emotional.
It will.
Toy Story. I had a theory of what the ending's going to be, actually.
Go on, tell it.
I don't think any of the toys are going to die or be broken or crushed or anything like that. So. I reckon... So what's the girl who's taking care of the toys right now?
Oh!
What's her bloody name?
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, anyway, the girl who's taking care of the toys right now, I think we're going to have a movie where they do this cracking, weird adventure.
Yeah.
And then the ending is like 60 years later.
Right.
Where the girl who's taking care of them, what's her bloody name? The girl who's taking care of them has them all in a box. And bloody, what's his name? Andy is on his deathbed.
Oh my god! And right, okay.
She comes to see him after years of never seeing him.
Yeah.
Because this is Disney. This is how it will be.
Yeah.
She returns the toys to him on his lap, and then she'll leave the room. Woody will come alive in front of Andy and say, "So long, partner."
Oh my god! That would be amazing.
Ending. So he could say, "We've always been watching over you," sort of thing, and Andy'd be like, "I knew it." Andy should say something like that. Oh. Feels right now.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Can you call Pixar? Or something? That'd be awesome.
I would love that ending.
Thoughts in the comments, folks.
It's actually more happy than sad.
It is, yeah, because like the toys are with him, and they realize like the whole facade of them. Andy's coming. That thing is true.
I think that's how it should end.
That's great. That's really good.
That's a Disney ending.
That is
a Disney ending.
I like that a lot.
And obviously, problem is with Avengers and Toy Story and stuff is if you don't see it on the first night, you're going to find out something.
Yeah.
That's the sad, which is why I hate social media.
Right.
It's like wrestling because obviously living in England, we have to wait most of the time until the day after.
Yeah. And I can't go on Twitter.
We'll go on Twitter and we'll see something like, great, spoiled.
It was when I was, it really, really annoyed me when I was about to watch NXT UK Takeover Blackpool. And I'd gone all the way up to the final match. And I didn't know that Walter had debuted. And I went on Twitter and saw that Matthew from Botchamania had gone, he's here! And I went, shit! So I was waiting for Joe Coffey Pete Dunne. Amazing match.
It was a good match.
And I was just like, yeah, there's Walter. Like,
it was a really good show. Yeah,
it was.
It stunned me. It stunned most people actually. Like, how good it was. It felt like a proper takeover.
Yeah, really, really good.
So talking about social media, what are your overall thoughts? I know this is very off topic, but what are your being a radio person who's in the industry of media? Yeah. What are your overall thoughts of social media as a whole?
It can be amazing.
Yeah.
It can also be devastating.
Of course it can. It's ruined probably countless lives.
It has. So soon after the deaths of the Love Island stars, Mike Falsitis, or I'm sorry, apology for butchering the name, but social media was the thing that drew him to suicide.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's probably driven a lot of people.
Yes. This whole male suicide thing is not good.
No.
But obviously, it is. Obviously, it's not just males though. Girls, cut themselves and take their own lives purely because of what people say on social media.
And a lot of time, people don't even mean it.
No, because it's social media. You can't read someone's facial expression on how they're trying to type something.
I think that goes to our generation though. Like
micromanage.
The last 10 years. Generation. Yeah. So from 10 years till now, or no, 10 years before us till now, so this sort of 20-year period is the generation that does struggle with simple things, unfortunately. Microanalyzing text messages, I was talking about this actually with Molly last night. Molly's your girlfriend, by
Molly's
the way.
my girlfriend, yeah, sorry. Not just a weird what are you doing in my bed? Like no, it's just and I was talking with Molly about she asked me, do you get upset or annoyed at the fact when you say I love you and I don't say anything, and I go no, because I know you love me anyway, so like
I'm like that with my girlfriend.
And with my ex-girlfriend, I hate myself for about it. It's so microanalyzing. Like I said I love you and she said love you, and that annoyed me. Like it's so petty to think about. That's what I mean about social media You can't read someone's intentions through a text message.
No.
But on
a tweet or a Facebook post or an Instagram post, you can't.
On the flip side of that...
If you do that, you'll end up worse.
Yes.
For it.
And on the flip side of that, social media can be great. I enjoy nothing more on social media than watching videos of kids... there's a prank or whatever, and their dad has returned from service, military service.
Lots of good ones.
The kids,
like
you wouldn't be able to see those videos without social media. And when, but the ones that get me is when the mother or father or the parent goes away, on duty. They come back and their dog is there.
Yeah, I love the dogs.
When dogs are able to see for the first time, to hear for the first time. Like, those videos you won't be able to see through social media, but they are the most beautiful things.
It also brings communities together.
It does.
Like, as toxic as the wrestling Twitter community can be, it's also very good. Yeah,
that's why Reddit was built, is to bring communities of a certain genre together.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole Jarius thing and why he got inducted into the Hall of Fame was through his YouTube channel and all the different bits that he's done on social media.
And what I like about him, he won't have the same issues we had, where he won't be self-conscious. He'll be so confident in himself, which is great. That's what we need.
The funniest videos I see is him backstage with all the wrestlers at WrestleMania 34. And he's like, he was talking to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. And he goes, if you put your belts on the line, which one will you win? They go, ooh. And then Jarius steps to Alexa Bliss's side and goes, I got $5 on her. He's so funny. He's so funny. But yeah, that sort of stuff you wouldn't be able to see from YouTube.
Exactly.
If you didn't have YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all this stuff. So, good and bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Moderation.
Social media. I do feel at the moment.
Yeah, what do you think?
With the way the world is, especially, I think it has more negative impact at this point.
Yeah, but that's just because you see the news with all the mosque shootings, with Brexit, with all these suicide stuff, Trump,
Russia and everything.
It's it paints a bad outlook.
Yeah, but and obviously, bloody Bahrain have brought in their new laws. Where if you're gay, basically you'll be stoned to death. I'm not gonna.
I don't understand.
Fair enough. We can't comment
on political.
No, we're not gonna go into that superficially because we haven't got a say in that. That's their culture.
Exactly, there are beliefs that are different.
But like I said, seeing that on social media, you're like, wow.
But the thing is, on social media, you're seeing the person's best variation of their life, especially on Instagram. You are seeing the pictures from someone's social media that are the best moments of their life. You're not seeing when they're sat on their bed doing jack shit.
I'd say YouTube similar as well.
Yeah.
Vlogging.
Yeah, vlogging. Yeah. You're seeing, I'm at Disneyland. I'm doing this. Yeah. I'm doing this. That might be a 3-week period that they've crammed into one video.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh my god, they're doing that in 3 days.
You can see the people around you doing crazy shit. You don't see the people around you doing daily things that you do.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people take that the wrong way. I think people feel like they're late. Like, I know
they compare their own lives.
I don't put my girlfriend in the limelight, these sort of things. Right. But she does feel she's quite lazy compared to a lot of people. Which is sad, because there are people who are way lazier than her.
Oh, for sure.
And it's and just because they show themselves on Instagram as going out partying all the time
and working hard and doing all that stuff,
it means nothing.
You can put one post a day of going, me hard at work, but that could be a 4-hour shift of a 12-hour day.
Exactly. It's like, I used to do 4-hour shifts sometimes when I worked at McDonald's part-time. Usually I do 6 hours.
I still do 4 hours at Tesco.
There you go. Whereas now I do almost 10-hour days.
Yeah. So the fact that you're seeing someone's version of a life that isn't really their life, but you're trying to compare it to your life, and then you put your life on Instagram, which isn't really your life, but it's trying to be your best life, and you're comparing your best life to their life.
Yeah, I think what we are on social media isn't who we actually are.
No.
Or maybe it is who we are, and we don't show ourselves for who we actually are in person. It's like a lot of tweets.
I know on social media I'm not the person I am.
It's like on Twitter you can be more honest, more upfront with things. You like most people, what they say on Twitter, what they say to people on Twitter, they wouldn't say that in person.
No, because you've had hours to think about the tweet that you're going to send.
It's not just that. It's like, if you can't see someone in front of you, you're not going to get into conflict.
Exactly.
It's easy.
I don't like getting in conflict on social media anyway, because
why
argue?
I don't mean to, but I'm like Ricky Gervais a little bit. If it happens, I just do it. I go with it.
If you've got an opinion on something that's political, you will argue your case.
Yeah, I will never say someone's got a wrong opinion.
No.
But if someone says something that's factually wrong, I will go in
and point them out on it.
Yeah.
You know, and okay, if it's your opinion and your opinion is different to the opinion that I give, you can have your own opinion. That's freedom of speech.
Yeah, no.
But
no
if what you're saying is I'm not going to say if your opinions are morally wrong, you know, obviously they're your opinions, but if your facts aren't correct and you're making up stuff that isn't true, then you'll point them out on it, basically.
Yeah. Exactly.
And people have the same right to do that to me. If I haven't fact-checked my stuff, you can call me out and be like, no, that didn't happen. I'll go, oh, sorry.
Then from a radio perspective, how much of an impact does social media have on the radio?
Like, so big. It is massive in terms of like how big an impact it has, because a lot of the stories that you read and a lot of the stories that you see or you hear on the radio are from social media. The whole thing about Trump sharing and retweeting 3 far right Muslim groups. That was done through social media. That got onto the radio, and then that blew up. Obviously,
it was all the white supremacists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's got a big impact.
Does it have a negative impact?
Some would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it ever had a negative impact to you?
No.
Okay.
But I have had backlash from when I've read a news story that someone didn't agree with, and then obviously again they're all right to disagree, but the facts that I read out on the radio are from a source that I may not have written or read or had someone in the company produce. Obviously, when it's local news, that is the company that I work for's news. So, right, here's an example. I had this was actually Taunton's. They had a press release that came out. Well, not them, but the police had a press release about an incident that happened at a game. And I had backlash from the Taunton Town fans, manager and players to say, look, that didn't happen. And I had to go back and say, look, that's not a statement from Apple FM, that's a statement from the police.
Oh, really?
So,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and I had to make a statement. I was like, look, this isn't me.
You're already controversial.
Exactly,
then.
you know?
Oh, so it's shooting the messenger, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was on air at that point promoting my interviews with Taunton Town.
I think that's the
so
thing.
I was in the fire alarm.
When you reference something, you have to be so clear what you're referencing.
Oh yeah.
As well.
I always say like, this source I got from BBC News. This is from Sky News. Sky News has told us, like all this stuff, because you don't want to misrepresent people.
No, of course you want to just say what you've been told.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Yeah.
And
exactly.
As much as I try not to give my opinion,
I guess the best way to put it is you can't paraphrase the news.
No, you can't.
You can, but it will only turn on you.
Exactly. If you try and say something that you think is what's happening, but actually isn't happening, then
exactly.
But you've just got to be really careful. That's all.
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
And being careful is something that has come with the rise of social media, because you have to now be so careful in what you say, because there are so many different sources that they can go back to and be like, no, you don't actually believe this because of a tweet from 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a negative impact, but can also be a positive one if stuff like Madeleine McCann, Michael Jackson, all this stuff. So
when you were picked up on that by Taunton, were you picked up on it during the show, or did you?
I think it was during the show.
You actually got picked up on it during the show.
I was like,
because that was another question. It was, has there ever been a situation where you did or you almost ruin a segment or the entire show on any station you've done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny though.
Okay.
It wasn't like oh my god, I'm going to lose my job over this. It was I was chatting about the BAFTAs on my breakfast show, and Olivia Colman winning a BAFTA.
Well deserved.
Yes, definitely well deserved for, I think it was The Room.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah.
So she said in the interview that she was going to go home and get pissed.
Yeah.
I can't say pissed on the radio.
Can you not?
No.
Did you say it though?
So here's the thing: is I went, are we going? I was saying Olivia Colman said, quote unquote, we are going to get and then an expletive which I can't say on radio, pit. And I went, no, I can't say that. So I was so close to swearing.
Was that on live radio?
Live radio.
Oh,
I've never sworn on live radio yet.
I mean, it's funny how pissed is considered derogatory.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is though is you can have the word ass, you can have the word bitch, you can't have the word gun.
You can have bitch.
Yep. Really? We have it on some of our songs. I'm like, because I wasn't aware, and I text our program controller.
I don't know why. I should be more surprised about you can have ass.
Yeah.
You can have ass.
Yeah.
That seems so informal.
I know, but this is the thing is I texted my program controller, was like, I just heard bitch in the song. Is that okay? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So, but you can't have the word gun.
Hey, this is going to be a weird one. Can you have tits?
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
So if there was a song that says ass and tits,
you can't have the C word, you can't have the S word, you can't have the F word. But obviously, if someone comes to you and goes, "Look, I'm offended by the word ass, bitch," then action has to be taken. Yeah. So,
gun. That's like
suicide. You can't have either.
That's like Vince McMahon. The whole you can't take title shot.
Yeah, you can't sneeze in front of it. Yeah, the whole title belt.
And you can't say belt or strap. Mental. I love that from Jericho because he did.
Yeah. Have you heard his new drunk talk? Is Jericho? He talks about AEW.
All right.
So funny.
He
just goes
off. Look at that.
He's really.
If you're a wrestling fan, definitely check out.
Yeah, drunk talk is Jericho, just ranting about AEW. Not ranting about AEW, but sort of promoting.
Going on about it.
Yeah. Because obviously you're going to.
Oh right, okay.
There you go.
Wow, I didn't know you could say ass and bitch, but you can't say
gun or suicide
or pissed.
Or pissed. Yeah. No, because the radio edit of XXXTentacion's "Sad" obviously has the word suicide in it, and it's bleeped. Yeah, so it's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's nowadays, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's for the day and age we live in, which is interesting. Okay. Personal questions then.
Okay.
For the main topic, when you're on the radio, when you're sat there and you're talking to the microphone, or you're playing the music or whatever, what? Obviously, this is a very tricky question right now.
Okay.
And I think you don't even need to answer this question right now because you may not know.
All right.
Not yet, anyway. What makes you stand out? What makes you unique in what you are as a radio presenter? Now, obviously, at this point in time, you're gonna be very green, obviously.
Yeah.
Very green.
Yeah.
From a radio point of view.
I think the fact that I have an obvious passion for the industry that I'm in. I'm energetic. I'd like to think I'm charismatic whenever I speak.
Cool.
I'm able to portray a story rather than just talk.
Yeah.
I'm able to make something of the subject matter that I'm speaking about. Yeah, I just think that I have an obvious passion for the industry is something that will set me apart from some presenters.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Actually.
You know, one of my favourite presenters at the moment, Greg James. He obviously has a passion. A lot of people on Somerset, like Claire Carter, Matt Faulkner,
well, you're
Charlie
currently
Taylor.
working with
currently doing
Somerset,
yeah. This is the thing, and it's really cool to see like presenters who get paid for doing what they love. Basically, Claire is an amazing presenter. She can talk and talk and talk about what's happened in her day. But she can make it interesting. Yeah. Like, it's actually something you want to listen to. Charlie Taylor went...
I mean, that's the thing. I think it was Stephen King. It might have been Michael Morpurgo. Said something along the lines of, the best storytellers are the ones who can make a most boring, dullest morning seem like a wonderland.
Yeah.
Something like that. Along the lines of
that. Genuinely, some of the presenters can do that. Ken Bruce, obviously, is an amazing presenter. He's... I believe he's 69 years old and he's not retiring anytime soon because he loves what he does.
Yeah, if you enjoy it, it's like that is the thing in a lot of industries, especially anything to do with media or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's so easy just to stay in it.
Exactly.
That's why a lot of actors they carry on acting until they die.
Yeah, and again, I'm sorry to relate it back to wrestling, but why a lot of wrestlers keep doing what they do because they love it.
They'll be a part of it in some way.
Exactly.
That's why Vince will never give up.
Yeah.
Vince will work until he dies in the ring.
Yeah.
Or on the football field, depending on where it's going to be.
I keep forgetting about the XFL.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think now. Okay. So we talked about what you're doing currently. We talked about what you've done in the past.
Yeah.
And everything. What's next? What is the next step for you in radio? Is there a year plan? Is there a 5-year plan? Is there a 3-year plan? What have we got? What have we got going on?
There's really 5-year plan. Currently, I am obviously taking this year out before I go to university, getting experience in the industry. This is purely what I'm using this year for, is to get experience in the industry. See what opportunities come up, like BBC Somerset, like Taunton, So that's all fine and well. That will become lesser, but not completely gone, because I'm going to university in Taunton, which, obviously is very close to what I'm doing in terms of BBC Somerset, Apple, Sedgemoor, all this stuff. So that's going to be for 3 years. I'll do the course in Taunton for 2 years, and I'll do the final year to get the BA in media production at Plymouth. So
good university.
Yeah,
very good university.
So so university for 3 years. That's what it is.
So what's the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is to get a paid job on radio.
But to me that sounds like the career goal. What's the ultimate goal in radio? Like, what would be where you say to yourself, "I've done it"?
I said this.
What's the dream?
Yeah, I said this to myself a couple of days ago as well. The moment that I'm noted as a credible presenter, DJ, journalist, media mogul, I'll say I've done it. Because like the moment that someone calls upon me to go, right, you're trusted, you're good, you're reliable, we need you to get this story, this interview, this story, I've just said story or interview done, I know I've made it, because people treat me as someone that they can go to and rely on to get a good interview out.
To be fair, your ultimate goal is better than mine.
What's yours?
100 followers on Twitter. That sounds pretty good right now. Yeah.
What are you at now?
88.
That's almost there.
I had an interesting... I literally gained 20 followers in the last week.
Really?
Yeah, through the wrestling community.
Well, this is the thing, is if you showing out...
Because I've had a lot of people from wrestling community listen to my first podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
No, this is the thing, that's going back to what we were saying about passion in the industry. You have a lot of passion for wrestling, and if you're able to put that onto social media...
If I could work for any promotion or for WWE or anything like that, even as a backstage role, anything, it'd be the dream.
Yeah, it would.
It'd be the dream.
I think also something I'm looking to actually get into, this is an exclusive, I've not told anyone, is to...
Oh, I'm getting the big news now.
This is, milking the cow. No, that doesn't make sense. It kind of does.
I've never heard that.
Getting the most out of me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is commentating.
Use that as a pickup line. Yeah.
Trying to milk the cow.
So what are you hoping to come from this day? Oh, I want to milk the cow.
Right. So you want to work on a farm? No.
Not that kind of cow.
So it's commentating of any kind, whether it's football, wrestling,
commentating would be awesome.
Yeah. And another thing, ring announcing.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely, like to be in a role of Greg Hamilton, JoJo, Justin Roberts,
Tony
Shamel, Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer, anyone like that.
Howard Finkel.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Gene.
I'm sorry.
God damn.
I'm sorry. Howard Finkel, Mean Gene, just the greats.
Kathy Kelly.
What do you mean?
She is hot. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. If you don't know who Kathy Kelly is, she is one of the backstage interviewers for WWE, and Christ, she very good interviewer.
She's great.
Very good on social media, but she's also a gorgeous girl.
She's attractive. Yeah, I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Is Finn still with her or not? I don't think.
No, but she's bi.
Apparently,
she's bisexual. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Best of both worlds.
Some would say.
Hannah Montana would say. Throw it like that.
Oh no. Jesus. Oh, what a show. But yeah, just ring announcing would be great. Like, to actually introduce...
UFC ring announce would be fun.
Just like there are so many times where I play either UFC or especially WWE.
And they would turn the volume all the way down on the commentary so you can commentate. I used to do that with FIFA.
I commentate all the time on WWE. Because I know the moves, I know the cat, all the stuff, and I even do the ring announcing because I know where the people are from. Randy Orton, like St. Louis, Missouri, 254 pounds.
Yeah, the weight fluctuates too much for me. I can't be asked to learn.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. But just being able to do that, and like the whole idea of, I find AJ Styles is really like cool. Like, that's cool because from where is he from? Georgia, but I don't know where in Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. You know, weighing 215 pounds. Current WWE champion. You know, the phenomenal. That the idea of bigging someone up would be something that I just love it.
It gets people hyped.
I'd love it.
If you got a good ring announcer, it gets people hyped.
Yeah. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if someone else wanted to reach an ultimate goal, if someone wanted to get into radio, like this kid or just anyone came up to you and they asked you, what would be the advice you'd give them about the radio industry? Obviously, you know, you've only been in it for a little while now, but I'd like to get a beginner's perspective on it almost.
Don't be afraid to take risks.
Okay.
You know, going back to the opportunity that I got given it with my first ever interview with Inja, an established musician, and if I crashed and bombed, his whole PR team and agents and all that were there in front of him. And I was fretting about the interview because I was like, this guy is, you know, the first interview I've ever done. And I took the opportunity and I just went with it. I was like, look, what else can happen? I can bomb out. All right, I'll probably get another interview very soon. That's fine.
Always take the mile.
Yeah, I was given an inch. I was like, do you want to do this interview? Yes. And I managed to...
That's less than an inch. Doesn't it? It seems like less than an inch. And then
at the time...
And then it becomes a mile.
Yeah. And I think... Yeah, so just... That's what I give. Don't be afraid to take risks.
Okay.
That's what I'd
pretty
say.
Good advice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's move on to the more off-topic segment now. I went through this again last week. It's the featured part of the show where we go through some of the interesting things that happened. So this episode is being recorded on the 4th of April, 2019. I know that last time I actually did end up getting the podcast out onto everything on the same day.
Oh, nice.
But I highly doubt I'll get that done, only because it's quite late and I got to travel back home and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm a nice guy. I travel to my guests, you see. So yeah.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah, sometimes
I've never had a guest come to me. I've always had to go. Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. So
yeah, that is the point of interviewing, I suppose. So yeah, we'll go on to the featured part. So, April the 4th. So just a few things that happened on April 4th. On April the 4th, 1850, Los Angeles, California, so LA, was incorporated as a city in the USA.
Oh, really?
So this is the day it became a city.
Wow.
April 4th. Also on April...
Is it a state? Or is...
California's the state.
California, yeah,
Los Angeles is the same.
Ah.
In 1918, on April 4th, the Second Battle of the Somme ended.
Really?
Now, I'm pretty sure there was like 3 or 5 battles
there were
something like that.
A lot.
But I think the second one was the main one.
Is that the one? When you say the Battle of the Somme, is that?
That's the one, I think, yeah.
Well, because it's 1918, the end of the First World War. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense, yeah.
And then the final thing that happened on this day, well, not the final thing, but a very interesting thing. In 1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated.
What?
In Tennessee on this day.
April 4th, 1968 was assassinated. Jesus.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I knew it was 1968. I didn't realise it was today. So
the late great Martin Luther. What a guy, eh?
Yeah, what a guy.
The trailblazer is the word I'd use.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, he just.
I mean, would it be him or would it be
Nelson
Rosa Parks?
Oh, Rosa Parks. I don't know.
Probably both.
Yeah, I think they're both equally as important.
Oh, incredibly.
You know
I mean, I know MLK...
Was it the Montgomery bus boycott?
Yeah,
that was the one. Yeah. So
I mean, I know MLK...
I was properly involved in that in history. I was really interested.
Yeah, I got a really good grade on that, actually.
I failed history, but anyway,
I got a B in history.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
I got a D.
I love history. It's one of my. It'd be the one subject. If I could go back and redo school, it'd be my main subject.
Really,
I'd make it my main subject.
It's really to go back and actually see what happened.
It's the fact that, like, for me, because we come up in a digital age.
Yeah.
For me, looking at that, it feels like you're watching a movie or whatever. But this actually
happened.
It's not something from a video game.
No, because you see all these pictures and it's like, wow, that's cool. But then you realise that
actually
happened.
And it's funny, and it'd be funny seeing that with our own eyes, because we see things so clearly, whereas on a picture you see them so blurred out and old and everything.
And in 50 years' time, people are going to look back and think, what we do now is history.
That's weird, because
so cool.
I remember at the weekend, my mum, she decided to get out some of the old baby videos to show my girlfriend and everything. Right,
that's the worst time.
2002, right?
Showing the girlfriend is terrible.
A video from 2002, so post-millennial.
Right.
It looked like something from the bloody 70s.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Because home video really only developed in the last 15 years.
Well, probably 20 years.
20 years, yeah. So It looks like a potato. It looks like you're recording on a potato.
So odd. It's like how HD didn't come about till what, 2007?
Yeah.
6 maybe? I don't know. Maybe later than that. I mean, WWE didn't go over to HD till 2008.
Yeah.
Which is mental.
It's bizarre to think of a world that now. Like, obviously, it sounds really first world problem, but
it is a first world problem, isn't it?
But it's weird now not to think that we ever had HD. Like we've always had HD, it seems.
It's weird thinking I have a flat screen.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Yeah. So there you go.
My favourite part of the podcast, it will always be my favourite part of this, is the quote.
Oh, cool. I do that in one of my shows. Yeah. # Motivational Monday.
I really, really like the one I got today.
Which is...
well, I'm about to say.
Okay.
I absolutely adore this quote, and I want to get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Because I want to know whether you agree or disagree with it.
Okay.
And I want to kind of analyse this one a little bit. So, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. Feels. I get that because people, if someone doesn't like you, they may not even remember what you did, but they'll remember that they don't like you.
Yeah, so that's true. And obviously they may not remember what you did, but they'll know that they like you because, it's
like when we met, we don't know why we got on well,
but
we just did.
Yeah, because we weren't nasty to each other. Well,
we were, but not in a typical childish way. It wasn't anything extreme, but that is the thing. It's like
boys will be boys.
You meet people, you have experiences with them, and you might not meet them again for like a few years. When you do, you'll either like that person or hate that person. I don't like saying hate, but you'll dislike that person. You won't remember why exactly. Well, you may. A lot of people you might, but you may not remember exactly why you feel that way. But you just know you do.
Yeah,
and I think that's true. So when you die, people will either not care or care. They won't necessarily remember why they don't care or do care, but they know they do.
Yeah, based on what you've been like towards that. Yeah, no, that's true.
I think that's a really nice quote. I think that sums up human nature. Actually.
Yeah, because
or human social nature.
It is because like you put it brilliantly. Is they may not remember why you did it, or but they remember the fact that you did it, as it were, almost. Because let's say, okay, so let's go into a story that I had. I came out of my hip hop show once, and there was a guy. Obviously, it's in a hospital, so there's obviously ill people walking around and stuff. So this guy he had a breathing apparatus on, and he looked like he was struggling to walk. So he said, "Excuse me, do you know the way to the? I think it was the AMC unit or whatever." I don't know.
Okay.
And I said, "No, I don't, but I could see he was struggling. I'm going to go and ask someone who does know."
Yeah.
So I said, "Just hold on a second, I'll go find someone who does know." He goes, "Okay, thank you." So I go and find someone, and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's the first floor." So I go, "Okay, cool." And I come back, and he's on the floor. Oh. Not dead or anything, but he's sat down on the floor, he's breathing heavy. I'm like, it's on the first floor, and I'm thinking, he's not going to be able to walk there, so...
To the first floor,
he's like, do you have someone with you? Or do you have a wheelchair? And he goes, I did. So I go, right, okay. So I grab a wheelchair from the lobby. I go, I use this? And I go, yeah. So I take the wheelchair and I pop him in the wheelchair, suplex it. No, but no, it was he got up, sat in the wheelchair, and I took him to the first floor, and he went, "Thank you very much." And I was like, I'm not just going to leave him there, as it were. So
no, exactly. A lot of people would though.
I know. This is what my mum said. I was like,
the sad part.
I was talking about it with my mum. It's like, I wouldn't leave him there, and she goes, "Yeah, well, some people would." People were
too involved with themselves.
Exactly. So I was thinking, look, I've got nowhere else to be. I might as well help him. Well, actually, to be fair, I had the water polo interview after that.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, look, if this takes me 10 minutes, it takes me 10 minutes. I was just like, look, I'm sorry, because I can't leave him there. That's not something I do. And funnily enough, the daughter of the elderly man emailed me the day after saying, "Thank you so much. What can we do to help?" I was just like,
how old was he?
He was, I want to say, early 70s, mid 70s.
Okay.
So, but he may, die. Let's say everyone dies, but he will die. Maybe not just completely forgetting what I did.
Not feeling lonely either. He'll feel like someone's helped him.
Exactly, and he will feel, if I see him again, he won't. Maybe he won't remember what I've done, but he will like me because he knows I like you, but I can't remember why I like you.
And it might not remember you at all.
Exactly.
It will just know you did a good thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay. So I'm gonna. This is a new segment. Segment. I'm bringing in only whenever I have a guest on.
Okay, cool.
Because it's like it's the philosophical. Wow.
Unlucky.
Power of words, am I right? Philosophical.
Nice.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
Questions.
Okay.
So this be more fun. This be a bit more challenging as well. So they're not. One of them is to do with radio, but kind of to do with radio as well. Okay. Not really.
That's fine.
But these are a bit more fun, a bit more personal. So, okay. First of all, what is your favourite word? This kind of links into what I was on about last week. But what is your favourite word?
Favourite word?
It can be for anything. It could be the way it sounds. It could be the meaning. It could be anything. Tough one. It's a real tough question.
Flannel. Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Flannel.
Oh my days.
Johnny, genuinely, it's just a fun word to say. Flannel.
What? I was not expecting that word.
No, but it's a fun word to say. You know, it's unlike any other word.
Holy shit.
Flannel. Yeah.
I was not expecting that word.
What's your favourite word then?
Gorgeous. It sounds nice. It's nice meaning.
It's like soothing.
And it's why I was called Hannah. Like as a nickname. It's not even just like as a way of describing her.
Well, it's quite a soothing word almost.
It's a very soothing word.
Yeah.
My dad's favourite word's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. It just tips off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah. Have you seen the video? I can't remember who it's with. It's you know, Penn and Teller.
Oh, I love Penn and Teller.
The bigger one.
The musicians.
The bigger
That's
one.
Penn.
That's Penn.
Yeah.
So Penn, he's with the dog on the director's chair. Have you seen the video? Yeah. And he goes, you know, sometimes it's not the way in which words are spoken, but they give them the power of meaning. And he screams at this dog, goes, "I love you, dog!" The dog gets scared, but it's a nice comment.
Yeah.
But he's screaming in the tone that he's saying it. So
it's funny, isn't it?
If you can shout beautiful, or you can, you know.
Yeah, when you shout beautiful, it's like your team has just scored a really good goal.
Yeah. There's different ways.
If you say it quietly, it's like you're saying it to the person you love.
Exactly. So there's different. So cool.
What's your least favourite word?
Word?
This isn't even on my notes, but I wanted to. But now you said flannel, I really want to.
No, I was gonna say.
You're not gonna say moist, are you?
No,
because that's like everyone's least favourite word.
It's a rude one, and I'm trying to think of another one that doesn't.
Is it the C word?
No.
Okay, you can say it. By the way, it's fine.
Because it is. Let's just give you a bit of background.
Oh, is it another way of describing a woman's genitalia?
It is.
Is it the C word?
No.
Is it the M word?
Yes.
Because I say it and you always hate it.
For
anyone wondering, obviously please do not take offence to this one, but it's a derogatory term for a woman's vagina known as muff.
Yeah. Even you saying that.
Yeah, it's not a
even
nice
you
word.
saying that cringes me out.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I guess
it's because if you see a vagina, you don't want to think, "Oh, I have a bit of that," you know.
That muff. You know, it's not. It's not a pleasant word.
No, it's not.
You know?
It's not. And I think it kind of. I'm not going to be like one of these bloody liberal people, but it does undermine a woman. I think
it does.
That word.
Yeah.
I'm not like super feminist or anything. I think we should all be feminists, but I'm not like, super.
It's
feminist,
like calling a guy a puff.
There's, that is derogatory because that puff is a way of saying a gay person.
Yeah, exactly. So it can undermine.
Obviously, it's a completely different subject matter, but it is again.
Undermining a certain gender.
It just makes it seem as if it's not a nice word.
Yeah. So there you go.
Mine's ignorant.
Flannel and muff.
Mine's ignorant.
Ignorant.
Or ignorance.
Is it just because
it doesn't sound nice?
It's quite a sharp word.
Sharp doesn't sound very like ignorant like that.
Yeah.
And the meaning. Because I hate ignorance.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Ignorant people.
But like, explain what you mean by that.
So, ignorance is very ambiguous.
The way that they ignore you, or
that's ignoring. But I'm thinking ignorance as in self-centered ignorance.
Right. Okay.
I think of it like it is ignoring. It's ignoring the true issues of the world. Really, it's like making their issues bigger than what yours. So even though like it's like expecting someone to ask how you are without asking them how they are.
Like you ask someone how you are just out of courtesy of, you know, if you want to know what, like they don't have to say it back to you to be a nice person. Like, I always ask Molly how her day is. She doesn't have to ask me.
No, I never care, but it is ignorant, unfortunately, I think.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Think personally. I don't... Oh, again, emo's my least favourite word and because of the meaning, and I'm going on about it. If someone's ignorant to me, I will just, push them aside. That's fine. But here's the thing. There's an ignorance on an extreme point of view. It's like people... it's like, I think racists are very ignorant. Like people who think all Muslims are... terrorists.
Yeah,
that is ignorance.
That is ignorance because
there's a difference between a terrorist and a Muslim.
And there's a difference between a terrorist and an extremist. In a sense,
I think
there's a difference between a Muslim and an extremist. Yes, because there are extremists in every religion. There are Christian extremists. There are there we go. Jewish extremists. Like the fact that you're singling one religion or one culture out as being a terrorist. Yeah, it's ignorant. Very true.
Exactly. But that's more my perspective of ignorance.
Just the meaning behind it.
And it's just it's not an easy word to say.
No, it's really. Not.
Ignorance. Ignore. Ignore is okay. It's ignorant.
Yeah.
Because you have to add
There's a lot of sounds.
There is a lot of pronunciation. In that word.
As silly as it is to speak about it, but
power of words. Okay. Second one. There is going to be usually 3 questions, but I really want to hear the least fair. After flannel, I went off on one. If you could be in any profession outside of media, so this is outside all the ones you brought, like commentating, presenting, ring announcing, all this sort of thing, interviewing.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Any profession. Ironically, it's what my mum does, it's what my girlfriend does, and it's what I always wanted to do before I went into the media was teaching.
Well, yeah, that's one of my options for teaching, but I know what you mean.
I like... Well, again, I like talking, so there you go. I like talking.
You do like the sound of your own voice.
I do. It's really bad, because in that way, I am self-centered and I'm self-obsessed.
I think there's more self-confidence.
Self-confidence, self-obsessed, there's a line, and I've crossed it.
There you go.
Yeah, so I think I feel like, if I learnt about a subject, then I'd like to speak to other people about that subject and hopefully get them involved in the subject that I want them, that I'm sort of teaching. I think it would be able to... I'd like to put an impact on people's lives.
Yeah.
Potentially, if I'm a good teacher.
Yeah, I mean, me and my girlfriend, we've always said how we'd... My mum and dad want to do this well. We want to go off to Africa.
Right.
Build a school. And teach little kids who don't have nurturing of education, don't have those... I can't
that luxury almost.
Luxury, thank you. Of having education and being taught things, and we'd love to do that.
That's exactly what Justin Wren does. He is a former MMA fighter. He builds wells in the Congo.
There you go.
For people, for families and cultures who don't have access to water, who don't have access to education. It's really nice.
Yeah.
But no, that's really like sort of selfless of you.
Yeah, something I've always liked to do.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I think for me, professional, I'd love to be a pilot.
Really?
Love to be a pilot. I love flying. I know you're not.
I hate flying. I'd never want to play with you.
When we went to prom, it was you, me, my girlfriend, and your date. We'll call it a date.
Big up Trinity. Love her.
My mum.
Her and I still talk.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, Trinity's well. Like she's one of those people that's always been nice to me. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I really like Trinity.
That's fair.
We went in a helicopter.
My mum organised a helicopter ride to get to prom. Josh was silent.
I was shitting it. Like Trinity was scared and holding everyone's hand, but I was just like, look, we're, however many feet up in the air. I was like,
didn't let down.
I did because when we were at Hazelbury Mill where the prom was, I was like, that's cool. You could see everyone like looking up, being like, "Who the hell is that?"
You could see everyone looking up.
I felt almost like a celebrity. You know what I mean? Like getting out of.
We went full on James Bond on that bitch. We did, yeah.
We didn't, drop down, but
that would have been an entrance if we skydived.
But yeah, genuinely, I felt like a celebrity because it's like a private helicopter that was just for the 4 of us. It was it's so weird how like your mum is, knew a pilot And he's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, it was helicopter pilot training.
Yeah,
he had his certificate to fly. He did.
Yeah. It was all like legal and stuff. But yeah, it was just weird. The conversation we had. It was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool if we go in like a helicopter. And I go, yeah, it would. And he goes, no, I'm serious. I'm like, what? So.
I'm like, no, just for real.
It was so cool, though.
You probably didn't believe it until the day. We're probably still driving to the airport, and like, nah, it's not happening. So you look left to the helicopter, you're like, nah, we're not turning him back.
Honestly,
suddenly we're turning there.
When I saw the helicopter, I properly shit it. I was like, we're actually doing this. This is happening. But I just want to say, like, I've never actually managed to like thank you for the opportunity to go in a helicopter.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking sick.
A lot of fun actually, isn't it?
It was really
okay. Final question.
Yeah.
This is quite a cool one. Tricky one, but cool one.
Okay.
Right. If someone wrote a biography, or you wrote your own autobiography on yourself, what would it be called?
Oh, that's really good. That's a really good question.
Tough one, man.
Fuck ups interspersed by meals. No, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's all.
I don't know. Biography, someone, or if I wrote my own autobiography, what would it be called?
That's tricky.
It is.
I wouldn't know.
No, neither. I actually don't know.
No, I don't know.
Because you can go, you know, there's the normal ones of my journey and my life and you know these and, but I couldn't think of one.
I think you could do my Josh. You could do that. Or no, you probably call it like joshing about or something.
Yeah, I'm just joshing you.
Yeah.
Something like that. It would be something along those lines. And
joshing through life.
Exactly.
Sort of thing,
a pun to go along with something that I'm involved in, let's say. Yeah. Just joshing about.
Yeah.
Because that was the name I was going to have. That was the first draft of the name for my podcast.
Oh, really?
It was, yeah, just joshing about. But it ended up being Never About Nothing because the show is never about nothing.
No. That's true. It wouldn't be a show otherwise.
No, exactly. It'd be silence.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
Me? Oh, God.
I mean, you said you didn't know, but if you could, like, if you had to. It
was easy because your name could be used for something like Josh. Yeah. My name can't be used for that. I couldn't think of something.
Alex the Lion. No.
Oh my god. Alex the Lion's Tail. Like something like that. No, because that'd be a rip-off of Jericho's biography.
I was thinking of more Madagascar.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but I'm just, I don't know.
What's Jericho's biography?
The Lion's Tail.
Oh,
yeah, it's called Lion's Tail. He's got a few out. That was his first one, I think, the green one. Yeah. I have no idea.
No,
I haven't a clue what I'd call mine. I'd probably let the person writing my biography name it.
Definitely.
I wouldn't know what to call it.
No idea.
So. I believe that's it.
Wow, 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was a lot.
You're going to have fun editing this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Luckily, to be fair, there's not going to be a huge amount of editing needed, really.
Handles, start, stop. That's how I do my podcast. Like, if there's a break in between,
luckily we haven't stopped, really. It's been quite non-stop all the way through. We haven't had anything go wrong, no distraction. We haven't knocked the microphone or anything.
No, exactly.
So we haven't had to rebuild anything. But
no, thank you for having me on.
Of course. Thank you for coming. I wanted to start off a guest quick, and have a strong start, and luckily I was with someone I'm comfortable talking to, so it's easy to do this.
Yeah, it's weird because it's the first ever time I've been interviewed rather than being in front or like behind the microphone as it is.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. No, it was nice.
Everyone likes talking about themselves, even if they weren't.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I enjoy talking about myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel sorry for Molly, my girlfriend, because I talk way too. I am self-obsessed, and genuinely, it's one of the things I hate about myself.
I don't mind I think self-obsessiveness is good, but you gotta not be ignorant about it.
Well, reel it in at times where you're like, no, how was your day? What
don't big yourself up to the point where you end up shrinking from it.
That's true. Yeah. Just become a little, what do they call it? Big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
Or a little fish in a big pond.
That's it, yeah.
There you go.
So, where can the lovely audience find you, Josh? Where can we find you?
Normally in a hole. No,
hole.
If you wanna,
your girlfriend put you out for talking to you about yourself too much, didn't she?
Right, Josh, you need to stop. Like, no, honestly,
go in the cage.
If you want to find me on social media, just search for @JoshOnRadio, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. And if you want to send me a DM, I probably won't reply because I'm not very good at replying. So yeah, love you, bye.
Oh god. Well, what about if they want to listen to your show?
If you want to listen to my show, I'm on Apple 97.3 Apple FM on a Monday morning from 7. I am also on a Thursday evening from 6 PM if you're into hip hop music. And on Sedgemoor FM, 104.2 Sedgemoor FM, that is. I also do a sports show on a Monday evening from 7 PM. There we are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Man. Take care of yourself.
I'll probably
see you again very soon.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. So, thank you guys for joining me for another podcast episode. I should think next week we'll probably go back to an individual episode where we'll just be me talking into the microphone again. I have hopefully got a guest coming on in the next few weeks. He is actually my guitar tutor, funny enough. Hopefully I have him on in a few weeks. He's been learning guitar for over 16 years now. He's done gigs. He trains other people who are learning guitar. He also trains actually bands. He trains actual professional guitarists and semi-professional guitarists. So hopefully I can get him on in the next couple of weeks and we can make a good one out of that one. So thank you for listening again. Please share the love. You guys hit the support so well on the first episode. We're up to 30 views now on the first podcast, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
On SoundCloud, I think we got about 10 listens, I think.
Well, that's good.
I don't know where 20, how they got to 10.
Well, no, but that's good for your first episode.
Yeah.
Like, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've just got to keep marketing it and producing it. And
yeah, just keep it going.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can at Alex_LK21. That is also my Instagram in case you want to follow any of my social mediums. And also check out the podcast on SoundCloud if you haven't already. Or if you're on SoundCloud, check out the YouTube channel. It will just be called Sit Down with Alex Lane-Kieltyka. This episode will be called Sit Down with Alex Lane-Kieltyka, Episode 2, Being on the Radio, featuring Josh Perkins. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I certainly have. I hope you have, Josh.
I've really enjoyed it. Honestly, it's been great. Thank you again for having me on.
Awesome. I'm sure me and Josh will be on again soon anyway because like I said last time, I will do some independent shows, podcast episodes where we base around certain subjects. Like if I do a wrestling podcast, I'll have Josh on so we can talk about wrestling. Next week could be that one because we've got WrestleMania this weekend.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So it could be next week's one, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for listening. Keep going with the support. And we will get there one day. Adios.
Nice. And stop.